Mitch tonight, maybe, he'll use some extended minutes first half.
Yeah, I thought Mitch was probably the best player we had in the game. For sure, the first half, he was active, and, you know, always helps when you make a shot, make your free throws, but I thought, you know, him getting double figures the first half, and we needed him to play well since Doak was out with 2 fouls, so I thought he was very important, he played very well.
What was different about him? I mean, he always comes in and scraps and tries to give energy.
I think maybe the game slowed down a little bit today. I don't know for a fact, but he just seemed to be not as much on edge. You know, I don't do a great job of calming him when I probably should, but I thought he played a little bit more relaxed today.
And how about Udoka? His start was probably as you dial it up, huh?
Yeah, he got off to a good start. You know, but he fouled 90 feet from the basket, and then he fouled, you know, you can't back a guy down from 14 feet. I mean, gosh. So I think he can play a lot smarter because it really his 2 fouls in the first half were mental mistakes. Yeah, he did fine. He did fine. He didn't shoot the ball quite as well because I thought some of the shots he took were outside his range on those jump hooks. But I thought he played pretty strong.
Is
That
what,
play where he acrobatically falling out of bounds, tipped it back in for the save, and then was rewarded with the assistant to lay it in. How much are you seeing his activity, you know, kind of build and he affect the game in more ways than one?
I think we see it sometimes. I don't think we see it consistently, though. To me, Doak is a great athlete. I mean, if you watched him when he's turned up, I mean, he can guard guards, he can slide, he can do a lot of things. When he gets a little bit tired, it's hard to get out of second gear when he's tired. That was a good play, but I think he can do more of that all the time. He's not going to be as active as Mitch and that kind of stuff, but he's a lot better athlete in my opinion than what he shows sometimes. But that was a case where he did show what he could do when he's active.
Bill's second straight game with 7 players in double figures. Just the importance of balance on this team, and it seems like they have a lot of offensive weapons.
Yeah, I think so, but the reality of it is, the chances are going to be better that you have balance when all 7 guys are playing about the same minutes. You know, it's not going to be like that all year long, and hopefully, we can get some pieces back, then it won't be like that much longer. But when you go in and okay, if Devontae's playing bad or Gerald or Speed or Malik or whatever, it doesn't make any difference. They still got to sub in and get right back in there and rest for 2 minutes and get right back in there because we don't have anybody else. And but I do think balance is good. Marcus's double figures is a little misleading because he made 3 or 4 layups late. But I do think we got 6 or 7 guys that if they're playing well, they can all get double figures very easily.
Coach, where are you at with Billy Preston?
There's no new development. You know, holidays aren't the best time to get a lot of development. Also, so nothing's happened since I last talked about it on Tuesday. And I'm sure nothing will happen over the weekend. So if Gary, you can save yourself a phone call. That we won't be able to comment on anything probably till maybe Monday, but I doubt anything happens in the first 4 or 5 hours of Monday. So it's not on our schedule; it's on somebody else's schedule.
You go on the run in the first half. What was the key, both defensively and offensively?
I really thought, I thought we trapped the post pretty good with our bigs. I think they turned it over 3 or 4 times there in a row when we did, and a couple of them led to baskets for us. But I didn't think we shot it great from beyond the arc. I didn't think we did a lot of things great, but we made our free throws. Our first shot defense was better than it has been, and we rebounded the ball pretty well. So to me, it wasn't. I mean, I don't know what the run was, but it didn't seem like it was a quick spurt run. It seemed more like a methodical run over 4 or 5 minutes. What was the run? Does anybody know?
11-0?
11.
Was it with
Yeah.
11-0 run? Okay.
When they defend the 3 better than any team in the country, and you're coming off a game where you set the program record for 3s in a game, Where's that tug of war, not trying to hunt your shot, but shooting with confidence?
Do they defend it? Were they number one in the country? I didn't even know that. God, I should talk to the media. Huh?
Deal.
Yeah. I think the way that they guarded us, which was probably smart, is to take that away and to pressure out. But when you pressure out, it opens up driving angles. And I thought we got the ball in the paint off the bounce a lot more consistently than what we've done in other games. So I think our guys are, I don't think they're settling that much. Spee and LeGerald every now and then will throw one up there that's pretty marginal. But if you take 70 shots and, you take 6 or 7 bad shots, that's not an alarming rate. Against Kentucky, we took a ton of bad shots. But I think to your point, taking what they give us and also we made more of a conscious effort to throw the ball inside tonight.
Rich, have you ever used all timeouts in the second half, 2 minutes in, and if so, what do you hope to accomplish
I've
there? What are you
actually
trying-
used all but one timeout in the first 4 minutes of the first half. So I don't know what Greg was thinking about, but he obviously wasn't pleased with how things were going, or he felt like his guys were really tired in the first 2 minutes, because that was a long first 4 minutes, if I'm not mistaken. The first 4 minutes had the last 15 minutes, just because of the timeouts.
Have you seen LeGerald start to really play with athleticism?
Yeah. You know what he's not doing right now? When's the last time we've seen him get an offensive rebound, above the rim? And, he was so good at doing that, and I thought that would become a habit, and I think he's kind of gotten away from that a little bit. Maybe it's because of the minutes that they're playing early in the game. The minutes are a little misleading, because even though it's 32, 33, 32, 31, that doesn't seem like much, but they don't play the last 4, so they're playing 32 of the first 35 minutes. So so they're more tired than what the actual minutes ended up being. So maybe that's it. But yeah, he's playing well. He's been pretty consistent. He made a couple of great passes today that we can convert on also.
Were you the last game you visited with the coach, were you able to talk to him about his brush with the hospital this summer?
We actually talked about it today. He came by the office today. I talked to him about it in the summer, but he said that he's got some what do you call it, when your body has a hard time fighting off a cold or whatever it is, what the immune system
Deficiency?
situation. And he said his temperature got to 107 at 2 a.m. when they only had the young, non-professional, the non-experienced doctors there. And he said they had to put him in a chair and strip him down and pour ice cold water all over him for a matter of hours to get it down to 102, where they could control it. So he said I was so lucky. They said 80% of the guys, when you get to 107, 80% of adults usually don't make it. So yeah, he was very fortunate, but he's a great guy. He coaches his team hard, but he also gets a big picture. This is one game on their schedule that isn't going to affect them in any way, shape, or form, whether or not they go to the NCAA tournament. They got to win their league, and they got to play good in the 3-game tournament, and I think they're the prohibited favorites to win the league.